Hey guys, it's Louis from Louis Loops, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make the rest of this pattern. So last week I showed you guys how to make this face. You can check out the link to that right around here somewhere, and just watch that video before you get to this one probably, or not if you just want to learn how to make this plus and this little circle and maybe how to sew things on. But yeah, so the yarn I'll be using today is Lion Brand's Cottony's yarn. This is the color yarn I use for the iPhone case itself. I think it's called Sea Spray right here. Okay, size hook is going to be G6. This is the yarn I'll be using today for the plus. Both of these are all these yarns are Lion Brand's Cottony's. Just because that's just the yarn I'm using. It's just the one that works perfect. You can get the full, quick before we go, you can get the full pattern for this iPhone case. This is only teaching you how to make the front parts, not the iPhone case itself. You can get the full pattern on my Etsy. I'll put another link right here. Okay, so now that we got all that stuff out of the way, let's get it going. So to make the plus, we're going to use this yellow. Sorry, one sec, got a little tangled there. There we go. Over to the side. Grab our yellow yarn. We're gonna make a slip knot. And chain 2. 1 and 2. Single crochet 4 into this second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we're going to want to slip knot or slip stitch into the first single crochet made. This pattern doesn't need to be turned at all, so just slip stitch right here. Okay, and chain 2. So 1, 2. Then we're going to double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so we got chain 2 right here. Double crochet into this one right here. Okay, chain 1, and then slip stitch into the same stitch that we double crocheted in, just like that. And then you can see we made just a little rectangle. Now we're going to repeat that, so we'll just chain 2, 1, 2, double crochet into the next one right here, 1, 2, chain 1, and slip stitch into the same stitch. Okay, so you can see how we're making that like into a plus. So we'll just do that one more time, or 2 more times rather. Double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, slip stitch into the same one, and then one more time, chain 2, double crochet into the next, right here, 1, 2, chain 1, and slip stitch into the same, right like that. Okay, so that's it. Get a kind of a long tail and cut it off. We're going to be using this to sew on, and just pull it all the way through, just like that. Okay, so there we go. See how we got a little plus sign, or an X, I guess. It's a pretty simple one. The real definition comes when you sew it on. You have to sew it on a certain way, kinda. So we'll put that to the side for right now. So we got the face and that. We just need to make one more thing before we start embroidering this front. So get some red yarn, make a slip knot. We're making the button right here now. And chain 2. 1, 2, single crochet 4 in the second chain from the hook right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then slip stitch into the first one made right here. Okay. Okay, so we slip stitch in the first one right there, and we have just like a little circle made. And we can cut loose right back here, and just pull all the way through. Okay, and then we'll just use these bits to sew onto the front, and I'll show you guys that in just a second. Okay, so now that we've got all our parts made, we got the plus, our little button, and the face, we're just going to sew it onto the front. Now I'm going to show you I'm just going to show you really quick how I do it, and then I'm probably going to speed up most of it. So I'm going to speed up, especially sewing onto this part, because it kind of takes a while, and I don't want this video to run too long. So we just thread the needle, and go through the same place that we made this loop right here. So just go right through there, pull all the way through. If you have any threads in the back, cut those loose first. Okay, so put it on, see, make sure we got the right placement, and sew it on right. Right, let's start right there. Okay, just pull through. One thing to be careful of is do not pull through. If you're making this on an iPhone case, don't pull through it like on these things, because it'll mess up the whole case. I've done that a few times and it's really a bummer. Pull through all the way through like that. Okay, and we're just going to go all the way across, go just into the next one and pull through right here, and all you need to do is just keep going over, boom, 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 pull through, go through like that, and just make sure it's straight. That's the only thing you got to make sure. Okay, so now I'm going to probably speed up from here to I'm going to go all the way around to the front. Okay, so we finished sewing on that part. When we finished going all the way around, all you have to do is go into the back right here and sew into it like this to hide the end. You don't really need to tie it onto anything. It's not going to fall off because it's already sewn on really tightly. Cut it loose right here, just like that. Okay, put this to the side. Alright, so now we're going to make the little, he's got a little line right here, and then this. We're going to work from top to bottom, by the way. So we're going to do this next, and then a little bullion stitch there. So we need just a little bit of black yarn, seriously like this much, we barely need any. Thread it in, and just go right under it, and working from left to right. So we'll go in right here, then out right here, just making sure it's straight. Do that probably 3 times, and then go back over. Just like that. Okay. Oop. Lost the yarn for a second. There we go. Okay, go back over. Sorry, there we go. Okay, so we're going across, just like this. Sorry about that. Okay, let's tighten the back and sew it into the piece. Pretty easy. Sew it into the end like you did the face. Okay, this video is getting kind of long already. So, here we go. I'm just going to show you guys how to sew on the plus, and then I'll make the rest of the case in front of you guys, but I don't think I'm going to be telling you how, because most of it's self-explanatory. So the bullion stitches, I'll put a link to the video right around here for how to make that. This is just literally, I just made a triangle and then filled it in with yarn. Another bullion stitch. These are just two little dots. This is what the back looks like. I just pulled them in. And then this is just sewn on right here. That's the button, sewn on right there. But the plus sign can get a little confusing. So let me just show you guys how to do that. First, find the middle part right here. Okay? And we want to sew that in to the wherever you want the center of this to be. We want it right here. So we're going to go in and sew it in right there and just pull it through. That's just going to keep it centered. Now we get the other part. Pull through just like this. And we're going to go right in to where we pulled, we slip stitched through. So just go right through the middle, right just like that. Oopsies. Okay. Now the reason why this can get kind of confusing is you need to make it so it looks like a plus. See, now it looks like a plus, but it looks more like a flower right now. But if you sew it on right, and you go through right here, and you go through the top loops of this stitch, just like that, and then you pull through, you can see how it gets start more of like a, you know, squarey kind of shape. So then we're going to want to go through the middle right here, and then the next one over, and then okay, so this is how you do the bottom part of it. Is you're going to go and go through this right, like there's this little string right there. This will be the same for every side, and you want to go through that and then through right there. Okay, so just like that. And go right through. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that, and I'm just going to speed up the rest of this video of me just sewing on the pieces of this guy, and then I'll just speed it all up. I'll try to not to speed it up too fast, so you guys can kind of see how I'm doing it. But this video is already getting a little long, so I don't really want it to. Yeah. And at the end of the video, I'll throw my last little bits in. So if you guys, just before that, this full pattern is available on my Etsy. I'll put a link right around here somewhere. And so make sure to check that out. That's how you'll learn how to make the full iPhone case. And then this will be written out too. And it really helps me out a lot. If you guys want to check out my Patreon page, I'll put a link right around here. You'll get a lot more of these videos more often, and again, it helps me keep making these videos. because it's not an easy, cheap thing to do. So yeah, I'll just speed it up from here. Okay guys, so that's the video. So I've sewn on the buttons here. This is just a boolean stitch. If you couldn't see in the video, I just did a little triangle here and then filled it in. And then just put 2 buttons right here and sewed this button on. Yeah, so thanks for watching. And again, you can get the full pattern for either an iPhone 5 or iPhone 4 case on my Etsy. I'll put again a link down here somewhere. And yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks guys.